If I had known this before I moved to Athens, I would have really appreciated that. So how would you describe the cost of living here? I love hearing about really great eat spots.
Right.
So what would be one or two of your favorite
Yeah.
places that you
Okay.
What schools can you say that your kids were involved in?
Yeah.
And maybe if you feel comfortable sharing what that experience was
Right.
like.
Yeah.
Welcome to Athens, Georgia. I'm Melissa B. McCall, also known as The Selling Bee, and I'm here with one of my favorite people in the world. I would love to introduce you to an Athens native, Natalie Smith. Hi, Natalie.
Hi. I'm
How
so
are
glad
you?
that you came here
Yay,
today.
me too. Thank you for meeting with me.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that we get to just kind of chat about your experience here. So how long have you been here? Are you a native? All the things.
I wasn't born here, but I've lived here since 1999.
Okay.
So quite a while.
Yes.
What is that, like 25,
Uh-huh.
26 years now? So yeah, I've lived here for a long time. I came here in 99 to go to school.
Okay.
To go to the School of Music at UGA.
Nice.
And other than about a year and a half of trying to live in other places, I've lived here.
Yeah. And apparently you really like Athens because you stayed here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you involved in the community here?
Well, one of the biggest ways I'm involved, so two things are coming to mind. I have kids. So my two kids are 12 and 17 now, and then being with them and going through the school system and all of that is a huge way to be involved in the community, right? And then meeting other parents and all that kind of thing. And then the other thing is I started a nonprofit organization in 2019. And what we do is hire professional musicians like me to go and teach music in the schools alongside the normal classroom teachers.
Wow.
So in that experience, that was a whole other level of not only being a student at UGA and then having that experience, but then being a parent in Athens and having that experience, and then being a business owner and nonprofit organizer and founder and working in that sector of Athens. So, I'm a professional musician. I play all over town, churches, AthFest, everything.
And she's amazing,
I'm around.
guys. Yeah, so how Natalie and I know each other is that we are both a part of the Gwinnett Symphony Ballet, and of course she does all the things still with music, but she's a phenomenal flutist.
And Melissa is a phenomenal oboe player. That's something that maybe not very many people
That
know.
is true. It is true. So her connections in the music world, this is going to be really great for all of my artists that are watching and you're looking for the connections. She'll be a really great connect. Yeah. So I heard you talk about your children, and I do know that many of our viewers, they come and they watch because they're looking for information and insight about the school system here. And so what schools can you say that your kids were involved in?
Yeah.
And maybe if you feel comfortable sharing what that experience was
Right.
like.
Yeah. I mean, the school system thing is very close to my heart because first of all, I am also an educator.
Yes.
So not only am I a parent whose kids went through school here and are going, my daughter actually just graduated from high school from Cedar Shoals High School on the east side. And then my son is going into 8th grade. He's at Hillsman Middle School. But I'm also an educator myself. And then also, teach outside and inside of schools and all of that. And it can be a rocky road.
Absolutely.
It can be a rocky road no matter where you are.
Yeah.
But, if people look up great schools, Athens, Georgia, you're going to find things that maybe scare you.
Yeah.
You know that,
sure.
and everyone who's done that knows that.
Yeah.
What I can tell you about our experience is that there are amazing teachers and amazing students and groups of people who come together.
Yes.
Like my kids, even when I talked about maybe we need to move and find a better school or whatever, they're like, and leave my friends, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they have their favorite teacher that they still email. My son still emails his 5th grade teacher.
That's beautiful.
At Barnett Shoals Elementary School on the east side.
That's beautiful.
So what I'm trying to say is the scores don't tell you everything.
Yes, I get it.
The scores don't
That's
tell
so
you
good to hear.
those personal connections.
Yeah.
And if you are an involved parent with your kid, and if you are in your kid's life, and if you are involved in the school, you're not going to have a problem.
Yeah,
You know, the administration at the specific schools that we're in now that we've had so far are very responsive to involved parents.
Yes.
So be an involved parent. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. So also, can you talk about things that you would do with your kids? Like, what are some really great spots that you would say, hey, y'all come and visit Athens, check this out for your family?
This is a great time to ask that question because my niece was just here,
Oh,
who is
cool.
7.
Okay.
So she lives in Alabama, and my mom and my niece came, and so I was like, you guys are going to have such a great time.
That's great.
We have the Athens Clark County Leisure Services is awesome, and that is like the government program that runs like the arts, basically the arts in Athens, like the government-run arts. And there's so many great parks here. First of all, free, open to the public, great parks that have, there's a splash pad, or there's 2 splash pads, there's pools. I think it's like $1 to get into the splash pad. You know, they're just so reasonable.
Yes.
There's pools everywhere. We went to Bear Hollow is our little zoo
Yes,
here,
yes.
and my niece had such a good time. There's otters, all of the animals there are native to this area and are rescues as well. And that's free.
Yeah.
There's so many good free things to do with kids. There's the Firefly Trail is great. It's an off-road, no cars, no nothing. My niece is kind of a wild card.
I love
and she
that.
is awesome.
Yes.
But we wanted to go scootering, but I did not feel comfortable getting her out on the road. So we went to the Firefly Trail, and she could scooter her heart out
I love that.
without worrying about, you know, cars and, you know, whatever. And people are just really nice on those roads, you know, on the Firefly Trail. That trail goes all over town.
Yeah.
You can get, I mean, some people commute that way as well. They'll have like an e-bike or an electric scooter or just a regular bike or walk. And there's certain spots where you can park and then get all over town. That's great.
So good.
I mean, yeah, so many, I mean,
Yeah,
a
like
million
just
things.
just plugging into that one thing could
Get you
open up.
everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I
right
love
here
that.
behind this building where we are is Treehouse Kid and Craft.
Yes,
which
I
is
saw
such
that.
a fun place.
I love that.
For adults too. Like even
Yes.
my like teenage kids love going there because
I
they have
love
cool
that.
toys and you know, for all ages. And then they have this great ice cream
Yes.
parlor like on the
Yes.
side with like very cool different weird ice cream that's so good. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Many
I love
cool
that.
spots.
So let's talk about, so I'm a foodie, and you already introduced us to this really cool coffee shop here, which is called Bouvet.
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 Yeah,
Bouvet.
Bouvet.
Okay, Bouvet. My bad. And so I love that. This is really cool. It's like a nook in the wall somewhere. Like, it's just, I had no idea this existed.
Yeah.
So thank you for introducing that to me. I love hearing about really great eat spots.
Right.
So what would be 1 or 2 of your favorite places? that you
Okay. My number 1 favorite place to take people from out of town right now is called Poquitos. And it is a Mexican restaurant, but it's not like the Tex-Mex where you get the plate with all the runny beans. And all that's good too, right? But it's a totally different situation. It is family owned and operated by folks here in Athens. And it is right like one street across the street from downtown. And so reasonable price-wise. Their margaritas are delicious. Their food is authentic. They have a lot of food for vegetarians. I'm vegetarian, so it always is like nice for me to go somewhere where meat eaters and vegetarians and vegan and everything, gluten-free, all of that is accessible there. And it's a walk up to the place, order your food, sit down, they bring it to you very quick. That's probably. There's 2 of my favorite spots. That's one, and then the other one is called New Red Bull, and it is like an Asian fusion. Also family run. It's been there for a while. It's on the east side, really close to my house. I can walk there, which is so great. And yeah, I go there probably once a week.
Okay.
Literally,
I love
and I
that.
have my favorite things that I eat there, and they're like, oh hey, you know, they recognize you. And there's also an Ethiopian restaurant on the east side that I love called Manawinta. Manawinta is what it's called. And this woman started with a food truck and then eventually got her own spot, and she's super awesome.
Yes. Okay, I'm trying all of those
so
places.
Many. Yeah, there's more.
Yeah, I love that. And if you guys try it, I would love to hear your ideas. What do you think about what you tasted? Let us know in the comments below. Yeah, that's so great. Okay, so talk to me about maybe some things that you see that there's opportunity for here in Athens. Like it seems like there's a need for this thing. Is there anything that comes to mind?
I would say community involvement is something that has always been something I love about Athens.
Yeah.
And I think there is room for that to continue.
Yeah.
So I guess what I mean by that is when I came here, you know, there's such a huge feeling of home.
Yeah.
Like anyone who visits here is home. You know, people are so wonderful. And as a city grows, as Athens is like absolutely exploding right now with like the new Athens Ford Arena and all the, you know, there's just so many big things coming in. Some of that can get diluted, you know. And so what I would like to say to people who would like to move here, come with your spirit of inclusion, come with your spirit of getting out and being involved in the community, seeing how you can just, you know, hang out on the street and say hi to people. You know, that's what the Athens vibe is all about, right? Just seeing somebody at a table over there that you find interesting and going, hey, what are you about? You know,
that's so good.
And getting to know each other, having little. I play in the PG show. It's a band for kids, adults playing music for kids.
Yes.
The PG show, and we are having this idea about doing some pop-up shows at like parks and things like that. Like so, that kind of thing is like the kind of community inclusion of like just whoever's there, come on over and let's have a little party. You know, that kind of thing.
I love that. I love that. And when I think of Athens, that's what I've always felt, even from as a young girl. It's like this is a place where people are out.
Yeah.
And they are a part of being in the street with the music and walking. Like I come from Hartwell, so we don't have a whole lot of sidewalks everywhere.
Right.
It's coming into the downtown area, but still like it's a very small area where, as when I think of Athens, this is an area where like it is about walking and biking and you know, so pros and cons.
Yeah.
So we have just come from a very humid, past 3 or 4 days, so it feels.
Absolutely.
And then of course most people hear about the UGA traffic during football season. Are there any other cons that you would say, like, if I had known this before I moved to Athens, I would have really appreciated that? Is there anything that comes up to you? Things that you kind of wish you knew before?
No.
Yeah. And if the answer is no, then that's okay.
I mean, honestly,
too.
I really do love Athens. So I guess one con that kind of comes up a little bit for me right now, which is kind of wasn't a con before, is the tendency toward, and I think this is happening everywhere, like the more corporate looking high-rise luxury lofts coming in. We have like 5 of them going in downtown every year. I feel like we are just like, and that is a little bit what I was talking about with like the spirit is getting a little diluted, right? The spirit of like, you know, we're artsy, community-driven people, and then sometimes when more corporate entities, and you know, I'm not trying to slam anybody or whatever, but
I get it.
It just does dilute the flavor and the heart of a town.
Absolutely.
When there's not a lot of consideration for what's already here, you know, and then I'm just gonna slap this little thing right here.
Right.
And you know, so I guess if I were to say that there was
we love trains.
Not
really. All right, so let's talk about some nightlife stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's been a while or if you stay into the nightlife scene.
Oh yeah.
But what would be like a recommendation of one of the hottest spots to, or
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're looking for, right? And so, like, the coolest townie bar that I've gone to recently is actually, again, like in this area, like one building over from here. It's called the Hidden Gem.
Okay.
And it really is a hidden gem. And the first time I couldn't find it. And it's a cool, just little dark bar, but they've got like plants all in there, like house plants all in there.
Yes.
And I play in a Middle East orchestra, like a little Middle Eastern ensemble, and they have this little spot, and we actually played there, like a little acoustic thing, so they're having a little bit of music there.
That's so cool.
And they have like cool different kind of drinks and things, and they have their own little vibe and a little courtyard and stuff. So that's a cool, like, off the beaten path spot that townies like to go. You know, people who are here.
Yeah,
so that's one thing. You know, of course, there's the Georgia Theater, which is a huge deal now, right? It's so funny because before, so the history of the Georgia Theater is that it burned down, right? It was this just historic monument. You know, I played there like maybe 50 times. Like I've played there so often. And then it burned down, and then people came in and renovated it, and now it's this like state-of-the-art, very fancy, like cool spot, and they have the rooftop that a lot of local bands can play at. So that's, you know, if you're looking for more of like, you know, big acts coming through, that's there. The 40 Watt Club is still a landmark in Athens.
Absolutely.
You know, I've played there a bunch of times, and they just constantly have cool different stuff coming through. Whatever you're looking for, there's the Foundry, which was the Foundry, then the Melting Point, and then the Graduate, and then the Foundry again. I think it's the Foundry still again. And then when it comes to, you know, 5 Points actually, so 5 Points is like, I've never seen it be a place where people walk around and go to different spots, but it is now. So there's, I think it's called the Pine. I haven't been over a lot in there, but they have a bunch of new like little wineries or like shops or whatever. So that's another place that you can actually like centralize and walk around, and they've got cool restaurants over there and stuff now too.
I love that. I love
and then Normal Town, of course, there's like Old Pal, Normal Bar, High Low. These are places where you can also like get some really good food and drinks. So a lot of different options depending on what you want.
Sure. So do you get into the local farm markets and stuff here? This is for some of my people who are really interested in like connecting with Saturday morning, where to go for the organic living.
Absolutely. We have a huge farmers market. The Athens Farmers Market takes place at Bishop Park every Saturday from 8 to 12, I think. And then there's also the Marigold Market, which happens in Winterville, not too far away. And that's like, I think they stay open till 1. It's like 9 to 1. And then I know Watkinsville has one. I think I just saw one at the New Wire Park. I think they have one too. So there are several in this, you know, within a 10 to 20 minute drive of each other. And different farmers from all over the area come in and bring their stuff, and you know, there's restaurants that set up there, like food trucks and music. You know, I've played there many times with different ensembles and bands, and so there's always something fun to do there for kids.
I love that.
Popsicles, everything. So you can get your carrots, and you can get a breakfast biscuit, and you can get your coffee, and then your kids can dance to some music. There's several of them.
I love that.
And there's a Wednesday night one too, actually. The Athens Farmers Market does Wednesday night downtown at Creature Comforts, which is really fun.
So how would you describe the cost of living here? I know you've been here for quite a while, so you've probably seen how it has organically gotten more expensive, but then you also have people who are watching who come from potentially an even more expensive situation, so they might look at this and say, well, compared to that, this is a lot more cheaper. So, but how would you describe it? Like, does it seem reasonable?
I mean, it's definitely still reasonable if you're thinking of the United States.
Absolutely.
You know, like where you're going in the United States. And the thing about Athens is that we have so many amenities here when it comes to culture. With the UGA, they bring through, you know, so not only the Georgia Theater like we talked about, but UGA has the Performing Arts Center that brings through so many really high-level classical, jazz, and world performances. And those tickets, you know, while to me they are expensive because, as you said, you know, I moved here in '99, and tickets that used to be $20 are now $60, $80, $100. So to me it's expensive, but still,
Right.
outside of Athens, if you lived somewhere else, you know, I have a friend who lived in San Francisco.
Yeah.
She owned an apartment in San Francisco. She's a software designer person.
Okay.
She sold her apartment there and bought 2 houses in Athens and an apartment in Atlanta.
There you go.
So that speaks to your,
Yes.
you know, that it just depends on where you came from,
Absolutely.
right? And, you know, and she was like middle normal income person there.
Yes.
And here she's thinking because we do have a lower cost of living, which is great. To me personally, it's risen a lot.
Yeah.
And my house that I bought in 2013 for $117,000, now in 2025 is worth like $350,000.
Yes.
Right on the
Yes.
east side.
Yep.
Which is blowing up too. It's not even
is.
like the coolest part of
I
town,
know.
but it's
I
like,
know,
you know,
it is.
people are calling me and asking me, when are you going to sell your house? I'm like,
Yes.
never, y'all, because I like living here.
Right. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so lastly, I want you to talk about, I think you told me earlier you have an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I'd love for you to share with us any other businesses that you would like to plug that
Yeah,
you're a
thank
part
you
of.
very
too.
much.
Absolutely. So that way, those of you who are here, you're coming to Athens and you're looking to visit, listen to what she has to say.
Stay in my Airbnb because so far all 5 stars from everyone who has stayed there. I have
love
somebody
that.
coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I built a studio in my backyard.
Okay.
For teaching, because I teach private lessons it used to be in my home, and then I built a studio to teach out of. But when I built it, I went ahead and made it like a tiny house. It's basically a tiny house. It has a full bath. It has a kitchenette. You know, refrigerator, all that good stuff, and then I can just shut off my studio part, and then the rest of it is a 1-bedroom tiny house, and it has 3 separate three separate spaces, the kitchenette, full bath, and then the bedroom. It's got all the great things you want, and it's private because it's in my backyard, right? So it's not like being in a hotel. You know, being downtown in a hotel is great, but you're also going to pay for that. But people who come to my space, it's called The Studio. You know, free parking off street, all that good stuff. I have a beautiful neighborhood that some of my people who come and stay love walking, and they've just said how much they love it. For walking, but then also it's walking distance to a brand new Kroger, to all the restaurants on the east side, so people can just walk up the street,
I love that.
get whatever they need.
Yes.
It's about 2 miles from UGA, and so people who have come here for camps and things at UGA are like, oh, it's so close, it's so easy.
That's so good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
a good
glad.
spot.
Glad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful spirit and your knowledge about the area.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you, Natalie.
Yeah, I
thank you so
appreciate
much.
you. Thank you for coming and seeing us.
Absolutely. So if you're dreaming of a life with more ease, more nature, more charm, and real community, Athens just might be calling you home. And if it is, let's explore it together. I offer personal relocation tours, virtual consultations, and exclusive insight on listings that align with your lifestyle, not just your loan approval. So check the description below for my free Athens relocation guide, or DM me at Selling Bee Home Tours to book a private call. And if this gave you real value, like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm bringing more behind the scenes videos all month. I'm Melissa B. McCall, helping you find the home that matches who you're becoming. Welcome to Athens.